Please repeat after me. I don't give a...
Hey guys, welcome back. So this video is going to be a story time about how I was fat shamed, but I didn't get to call it out until after I had lost my weight. So when I was at my heaviest, I worked for State Farm for an agent, and I was an agent staff. So I could write all the same policies as he could. So I had to dress very professionally. And once a year, I would go to a local department store in my hometown. And if you purchased a certain dollar amount of clothing, you got free tailoring. So I would always go, and I want to say it was $1,000. I'm pretty sure it was 1,000, which isn't hard to do in business suits, much less plus size business suits. So I went every year, and there was the last year before I lost my weight, there was a girl who was working in that department. I had never seen her before, and she was not happy to be there. And when I asked for help, she said, I'm only here for 20 minutes while the other girl's on break. This isn't my department. So she didn't want to help me. So I was like, fine. So flash forward, almost exactly a year later, I'm down to about 165 pounds, and I'm wearing like a size 6 maybe, depending on the clothing. And I go to the regular, straight size department for business suits and decide to buy my clothes to get them all tailored. And I look, and the girl who didn't want to help me last year comes almost running out at me and is so excited. She's so nice, so excited to help me. And I'm just looking at her, and I'm just like, she doesn't recognize me, which I feel like my face always looked like my face, even though I realize like it's a lot more angular now, but I still feel like when I look back at those pictures, it still looks like me. So we're getting ready to ring everything up. I spent probably half an hour with her, and I said, you really don't remember me, do you? And she was like, no, I think I remember you. I usually, your red hair is so unusual. And I said, was your hair a different color? And I said, no, this is my hair color. And I always carried a fat picture with me back then. Probably the first 5 years after I lost my weight, I carried a fat picture. I pulled it out of my purse and I handed it to her. And as she took it from me and she looked down at it, her face went white. She recognized me from the picture. And as she started to look up at me, she said, I'm so sorry. I said, so you do remember me? And she said, yes. And I said, you know what? It doesn't matter who you wait on. Money's money. You should be nice to everybody, no matter if you're working here or you're in the dishes department, what is it? China, fine dinnerware, whatever the hell. It doesn't matter. And I told her, I said, what you did to me stuck with me, because I remember feeling really bad that I was so off-putting that someone didn't want to wait on me. And we talked for a few minutes, and she just wasn't saying anything that was like warming my heart at all. It wasn't like she was trying to even really give a good apology. And I said, you know what? I don't need these clothes after all. I want to give my business to someone who appreciates it. And so I walked out, and she followed me from the cash register. It went the cash register, then like the tile in between each section of clothes, and it went out and then went from there. I had to make a left and then a left again to get out. She followed me to the door. And I just turned and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to another department store. And I did. But I don't know why that memory popped back up for me, but that's why I asked about it on my Instagram if you guys wanted to hear it. It really reminded me that to remember just to be human to everyone. You don't know where they are in their journey or in their struggles. You know, there are people who weigh 600 pounds and maybe they're at 300 pounds and they've lost 300 pounds already. And you're looking at them and going, oh my gosh, they're just lazy and disgusting people or whatever. And they've already lost 300 pounds. So that was a lesson to me as well, just to remember to be kind always. And that doesn't mean, obviously, I'm not perfect and I make mistakes, but just remember to be nice to one another and treat people like you want to be treated. You know, now if they cross you, you have free reign. I'm just kidding. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because that story has stuck with me all these years later, 19 years later now, almost 18 years later then. It's funny how certain memories stick with you, but anyway, if you guys like my shirt, You Look Like a Man is selling these right now, so I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on Wednesday for part 2 in the series that we started. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Please repeat after me. I don't give a...